So this is the interface of Speedtree. We will begin by creating a new file, and here we're gonna create our tree with the node editor. So we will start by putting a trunk. I will just put a simple spike just to create our tree from scratch. Let's select our spine here, and I will change the length of it. So I'm going to spine here, and I will change it to 25 meters. You can see here it doesn't give me 25, it gives me here 29 meters, and that's because of the randomness here. It's set by default to 5. Let's just set it to 0, and let's close it, and you can see here we have exactly 25 meters in the length now. As you can see here, the spine is really straight. There is no variations in the spine itself. What we're gonna do, I will just enable the perturbance, and I will decrease the junk frequency to 0, and just add some disturbance to it, something like that. I will change now the radius of the spine, so I will go to branch and increase the radius a little bit, something like that. As you can see here, the top of the tree is really spiky. What I'm going to do, I will go to this curve and rise it up a little bit, just to give me that sense of thickness in the top. So that's basically our trunk. Let's just add our trunk. Yeah, let's just add now some branches and some twigs. So let's go to add again and add standard branches. You can see here it gives me 2 levels of branches, level 1 and level 2. I'll just leave them like that. So I will add to the level 2, I will add some tweaks. I will go to branches and add some tweaks, like that. And let me go to generation and increase the number of tweaks by increasing the frequency here. I'll increase it to 5. Yep. And yeah, and I will add another level of tweaks. So I want these tweaks to be a little bit taller. I will go to spine here and make them a little bit taller, something like that. Yeah, and let me just higher up the branches a little bit, somewhere like here. So I'm going to generation. I will select our level 1 of branches, and I will go to generation, and I will go to something called first here, and I will just rise it up a little bit, something like that. I think the branches are really let me just check out what I'm going to do next. There is just a few of branches here. Let me increase the frequency to something like 7. Yeah, that's much better, I think. You can see here there is also some branches that are broke. as you can see here. That's because we are enabling the, I think in the spine, yeah, we are enabling, let me see, yeah, I think here, yeah, in here we are enabling the break chance to by default. So we have some branches that are broken, and that's add to the realism, so it's okay to have it. I think that's it for the trunk, the branches, the tweaks. We will just add now the leaves, or let's add just some details in the trunk. I will add just some knot hole. I will go to branches here and I will add knot hole, something like that. Oh, I will. As you can see here, they are now linked with the tree. We don't want it to be linked with the tree. We want it just to be linked with the spine. Yeah, something like that. So I will go to the knot hole. I will go to spine again. I will just make them smaller. Yeah, something like that. Now let's create the leaves. We'll just create individual leaves. You can see here the leaves now are just some cards and that are facing us. Alright, let's create now the textures for the trunk and for the leaves, and we will create also the displacement for the trunk, just to give it that kind of jaggedness and irregularities that we see in the real world. We will also get rid of the card flat looking leaves, and we will create an actual a mesh that is actually like the leaves that we are creating. So let's start with creating the bark material. So I can load the bark from here directly. So by the way, all the textures and all the project files, you will get it in the description down below. So go ahead and download it. Yeah, so let's load my bark texture. You can see here I have now my bark texture and I have the name of it here. If I want to rename it, I can go here and select it and rename it to bark. Here, okay, and here we go. So I will also load my normal map, that one, and the specular map, that one. So that's bark material. I will also load the leaf material. Going to rename it to leaf. Okay. I will load the normal map of it. Here we go. Specular map. Yeah. Now I will apply my bark material to the trunk. I can just drag it from here and apply it to the trunk. Like that. I will say replace branch material and replace cup material. Replace the cup material, and let me see if, yeah, it's okay now. So let's create now the displacement for the trunk, because it still looks like looks very flat. So I will go to displacement here and I will increase the amount of displacement somewhere like here, and I will just play around with the U tiling and V tiling. Let's try 5, 5, 5. That's pretty good actually. I will go with that. I will leave it like that. Now I will drag my leaf texture to the leaves, and you notice here that they look very big. So I'm going to the leaves here, and I will go to generation. Not generation. I will go to leaves here and try something like 0.7. That will work pretty good, I think. Yeah, as you can see here, it's some of the leaves look like they are floating. As you can see here, they are not attached with the twigs. We can fix that by going to our leaf here, and I will go to the diffuse layer, diffuse material, and I will select generate mesh here to generate my mesh. So I will change the axis to the bottom here, and I will change the algorithm to grid, and I will change the weight steps to the 2, 3. So I have that line here in the middle of the leaf. The high steps, I will leave them like that, I think. Yeah, that will do it. So you can see here our mesh still looks very, very flat. So what I'm going to do, I will just play around with the Z file until I get that look. Something like that. Yeah, that's much better. I'll just raise it up a little bit. I think that's pretty good now. Yeah, and I will hit OK. You will see there is no changes in the leaves. That's because we should go to, is it leaves? Yeah, here I should change the geometry in the leaves. Here I should change the geometry to leaf. That's the name given to it in the generate mesh here. The name of the mesh is leaf, so I choose it here, leaf. Now the leaf are not looking flat, and they are growing from branches and from the twigs. So now what I'm going to do, I will just add the effect of gravity to the trunk and to the branches, and to the branches, not the trunk, to the branches and the twigs. I will go to level 1 branches, and I will add direction. Yeah, that will make that effect, and I think it's pretty good. I can play around with the strength here till I get what I want. I will do the same effect to the twigs also, the direction to it. And this time they're not, I think they are not, yeah, they're not enabled in the twigs. If they're not enabled, you should go to forces here and enable it yourself, something like that. Yeah. What I'm going to do now, I will just I will increase the frequency of the level 2, because I think there are just few branches coming out from the initial branches. So I will just increase the frequency to 5 maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's starting to look good. So I will just increase the frequency of the leaves to 5, and that's it. That's our tree. What I'm going to do now, I will just export our tree, or export mesh. Let's rename it tree. I will start. I will choose Cinema4D as. Just replace it with that one. So now I have the branches, the cups, the fronts. I don't have the fronts here, so I don't know. I will just leave it as it is. Non-facing leaves. I will check this and include detail layers. I don't have detail layers. Include normal maps. Yeah, branch blending. All right. So all the settings are good. I will just hit OK. That's it for the modeling. In the next lesson, we will try to render the trees in Cinema4D using V-Ray. See you guys in the next lesson, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and thank you for watching.